childhood onward, some of my very best experiences have been watching science fiction movies.
I was a big horror movie fan, science fiction fan, from way back.
I think science fiction makes us think in different ways. And
everyone likes to sort of wonder what will it be like, 100 years from now.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Hello, I'm Michael Dorn. With just a little makeup, you might know me better as Lieutenant Worf in Star Trek: The Next Generation. I believe I know why our messages are not being answered. Gowron has been rewriting Klingon history. Beautiful, isn't he? Ever wonder about the future? What's going to happen? Not just to you, but to, well, everything? What if, in the future, you could travel to the ends of the universe? What if, in the future, a fleet of alien spaceships landed on Earth?
What are you? I am Marix, a native of the planet Mars.
What if there was a cable channel that explored all the worlds of our imagination? Science fiction, fantasy, and thrillers. Guess what? That future is a lot closer than you think. Welcome. Everything you're seeing and will see in this half hour, plus more than we have time to show you, will be here on the Sci-Fi Channel. Let us give you a preview of this new network. Join us for a journey back to some of your past favorites and forward to some exciting new things to come, all on the Sci-Fi Channel. Space. Vast, intimidating, mysterious, and challenging. Where strange things come from and go to. It's where I've been spending a lot of time. It's where battles are fought, discoveries made, fates decided, where species originate, procreate, mutate, and terminate. Space, where anything and everything can happen, and usually does.
Captain, I have come to the conclusion that this is not a game.
No, but if it's reality, what happens?
Well, at nighttime you drive in your car, and you pull off to the side of the road. You look up at the sky and the stars. Is that Mars? No, it's a UFO. Don't you know it's a UFO? Look at that sucker go.
Where did it go?
It's the hell out of me.
Help me on with my flying suit, Bob. I may have to get into action in a hurry.
The conquest of new worlds always makes demands on human life. And there will always be men who will accept the risk. It's Chuck! Don't you know me? Chuck.
No one seems to know why these strange things occur. But they do now, yes they do. It could happen here.
Stay right where you are. I promise you that you will never leave here alive.
It's like Kirk's more like the take action guy.
And Captain Picard is like more cautious.
So help me if you don't tell me where Spock has been taken.
Picard is essentially dedicated to the philosophy of talk, talk, talk before war, war, war. Which seems to me to be entirely appropriate for the last decade of the 20th century.
I've always thought that balding men were sexy.
I just feel very grateful to have been alive in the time that the whole Alien sequence of movies were being made, because I think they're superb. I remember vividly being both excited as well as very frightened by it.
Explain the unexplained. Explain the unexplained. Explain the unexplained. Explain.
Maybe the most fun we've all had with science fiction over the years has been wondering and creating what forms other life might take. Now, I happen to be intimately acquainted with one of these life forms. A rather sturdy, dependable fellow named Worf, from a planet called Klingon. Ever hear of it? Now, I'll admit he's got a combative nature, but I find him immensely likable. Now, in a moment, we'll meet some other life forms who are just as likable, and some who aren't.
We give you cars, VCRs, and sushi.
There's no way I'm gonna play in Japan!
You sent us Mr. Baseball.
What do you think of our country?
Yeah, looks like Cleveland. What is this? Nice speech, Coach. Gave me goosebumps.
Now we are even.
You got that right.
Tom Selleck.
Got any naked pictures of your wife?
Mr. Baseball.
Want to see some?
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, October 2nd at theaters everywhere.
You have a different view of life. You don't want to get bogged down in revolving credit on bank cards. All that revolving debt, all that outrageous interest. This is not for you. You know how to get out of that trap. The card, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Reach beyond the solar system to 1,000 twinkling stars. It's the wonder and awe of real science and inside space. Sunday nights at 9.
You're watching the Sci-Fi Preview on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Hush, little baby, don't say a
Last year, thousands of innocent children were caught in the crossfire of violent crime. And it's not just the children who suffer. How much longer will you let this go on? Call this number now. We'll send you information on how you can protect your children from crime and drugs in your neighborhood. Together, we will take a bite out of crime.
The most powerful superhero of all time is back.
The Hulk's no joke. He's real, and he's a killer.
You can make him fight for you, or make him fight against you. But whatever you do, just don't make him mad. Bill Bixby.
Don't make me angry.
Lou Ferrigno. The Incredible Hulk.
Weekdays at 5:30, 2:30 Pacific.
From the graceful, benign creatures in the abyss to the vicious beasts in Alien, writers, directors, and special effects creators have always found some way to show us what other forms life could take. Whether they make us scream out of fear or laughter, you'll meet them all on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for a shock.
Some efforts may fall more into the realm of comedy than sci-fi.
And this is wine. To drink. Drink. Drink.
Good. But when a new life form really works, it captures the imagination like nothing else. Vampires, werewolves, witches, ghosts, subhumans. Doesn't have to be sci-fi to be on the Sci-Fi Channel. Just has to stretch the imagination. I can honestly say I've never met another life form I didn't like.
Hi. Come here often?
Alive. It was like a dance of light. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Let's just call it a monster. It's quite unique.
Damn. My God.
Good evening. On behalf of the management, I'm authorized to tell you that your presence here gives them great pleasure.
It means that we are extinct as a race. Unless, of course, we can find some good breeding stock and repopulate our planet.
Wow. What a beaut. And Miss Shore, this is a pleasant surprise.
I always like to please the ladies.
I'd die before I married you.
Well, now, Liz.
Let's hope you don't have to go that far.
My sensors indicate that the contents are composed of rare and priceless elements.
May not be what we expect, but there's life out there.
The aliens plan to broadcast a message across all channels.
There are undoubtedly more of those power-mad creatures loose on other planets.
That's a look. And it doesn't happen overnight. Now, here's a sci-fi trivia question for you. How long does it take to make an Earthman look like a Klingon? Wrong. From first-hand experience, I can tell you it takes 1.5 hours. It used to take over 3 hours, but it's still a pain in the neck. And the eyes and the nose. But if you think that's involved, wait till you see what it takes to create a new logo for the Sci-Fi Channel.
From the mysterious micro-worlds of inner space to the very threshold of infinity, of all the frontiers that challenge man's mind and imagination, only one is available on your newsstand. Omni, the first magazine of the 21st century. On sale everywhere.
You're taking a few clients out to dinner. No big deal. And then 4 more show up. Not the time to run into some preset limit on a bank card. That would be embarrassing. But you know you can handle this. Instead of worrying, you order more wine. The card, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Hello? Hello, are you there?
Dangerous territories. Alternative universes.
The strangest and certainly the most terrifying.
Time warps. The revenge of the repressed. You are encountering rare and special series seen for the first time in years. The Sci-Fi Series Collection. This week, some call it the Bermuda Triangle.
It's kind of a vortex.
The Fantastic Journey. Weeknights at 10, 7 Pacific.
The town I live in is so small. Most people don't really even think about HIV or AIDS. But my old boyfriend had it, and now, so do I. You know, I found out that AIDS is increasing in small towns. I think it's because people here just don't think it can happen to them.
Find out how you can prevent HIV. Call 1-800-342-AIDS.
Sci-fi takes us on a journey beyond what we know. Into a realm we can only imagine. But how do we make what we imagine seem real? How do we give birth to a fantasy? Let's take a look at the creators, the machines, and a bit of the madness it takes to bring a story to life.
I found the most intriguing thing was to take 2 robots and make them into human beings and make them the most interesting characters in terms of the comedy element and the so I wanted to make the film around them, use them as a framework for the film, and I knew when I did that I would be getting myself into a lot of trouble.
I cannot tell you the number of places I've been all over the world, restaurants that I've gone into thinking I'm having quiet dinner, and as I get up to leave, I hear somewhere in the restaurant, beady, beady, beady. It's amazing.
How do we formulate the day-to-day living with these things? It's a real issue. It's going to be more an issue as we go on.
It's the same issue explored by the Sci-Fi Channel in our original movie, Homewrecker. Meet a very special computer named Lucy. A dramatic and gripping exploration of the relationship between humans and robots, Homewrecker is just the first of many exciting original movies we've planned for you on the Sci-Fi Channel.
What's interesting to me is that in trying to make the computer more human, the computer teaches him to be more human.
Don't say what is new. Just say what's new. You got that? Say what's new.
These are Lucy's eyes. These are the ones that the talent will smash. And we have 4 chances to do that, and all the little parts fall out. And I try to give her a personality with the eye so that she, when it's a sad moment, the eye kind of looks down.
Homewrecker. Watch for it in the weeks ahead. New technology finds its way into the oddest places. We've tapped this new technology to design every detail of the Sci-Fi Channel, even down to our logo. When it came to creating a symbol for our Sci-Fi Channel, we went to the best.
This is one of the motion control stages at Apogee Studios. This is the computer from which the motion control camera is run, and this is the camera.
We are combining essentially two different technologies. We're using effects that are normally reserved exclusively for feature films, miniature photography specifically, with computer graphics. And we're marrying those two kinds of images.
I think that what we set out to achieve here, we have achieved. There's a sense of mystery, a sense of discovery, a sense of movement through alien worlds. It embodies all of the things that the intent of this channel is to embody. And it works really well.
To see how all this animation turns out, keep watching. Ever notice how tomorrow is just out of reach? Just over there. And we always try to get hold of it before it arrives. Tomorrow. The thought of it can make us tremble in fear or shudder in happy expectation. What's it going to bring? Well, you heard it here first. The Sci-Fi Channel has actually managed to get its hands on tomorrow. Stick around, because when we come back, we're going to show you just how close it really is.
They want you. You at the meeting, you at the client dinner. You in 2 places at once, so you can't be held back by some preset limit on a bank card. Not you. What you need is something that's behind you, all the way. The card, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Dark World. It's not a game you just play. Behind every door, a terrifying challenge. Throughout every chamber, unspeakable danger. But deep within a real castle, victory. Dark World. It's not a game you just play. It's a game you must survive.
George Foreman and his sons George on the taste of new Doritos, now with more natural cheese flavor. George Foreman the 5th. George the 4th.
Crunchy.
George the 3rd.
Cheesier.
George Jr.
It's a mucho macho nacho.
And the original George.
What? I was wrong.
Conclusive proof, 4 out of 5 George Foremans prefer the taste of new Doritos tortilla chips with more natural cheese flavor.
Who taught you kids how to eat like this? You, Dad.
You're watching the Sci-Fi Preview on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Whose face did this match perfectly?
Kevin Kirby.
You guys are so harsh. Well, have you seen him lately?
No, maybe he's getting a face transplant.
So why don't you, help him out? What should we do? Put the Clearasil on his zits for him?
Nobody's going to tell you to your face you need Clearasil. Such strong medicine, Clearasil guarantees fewer pimples in 5 days or your money back.
Kevin?
Hey.
Hey, Kevin, wait up.
So many strange characters. Find out who's who on Dark Shadows and Doctor Who. Don't miss a single episode. Weekdays at 11, 8 Pacific. It's coming for you from a galaxy far, far away.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
I got a bad feeling about this.
This is some rescue. You're hurrying too fast.
I find your lack of faith disturbing. The Force will be with you.
The movie that changed the way the world looks at science fiction. The original Star Wars. Coming up next.
As a kid growing up in Pasadena, I always thought it would be nice to have a time machine. Thought they'd never leave. But believe it or not, the Sci-Fi Channel has a time machine. Would you believe? Several. Well, almost. Every week, we'll take you on a journey into tomorrow. You won't believe how close the future really is. We're going to plug you directly into NASA and the future of space exploration. What's ahead for the next phase? You'll find out on Inside Space.
There is nothing mystical, really, about virtual reality. We're currently orbiting Venus and digitizing the entire planet. The only way to explore Venus is virtually.
It's easier to heat up Mars than to cool down Venus. You think Michael Jordan has hang time? Catch me on the moon with a basketball.
We'll get the scoop on today's happenings in the entertainment world, sci-fi wise, on Sci-Fi Buzz.
I need your deck. This is a bad one. Worst yet.
Action, please.
It's a TV magazine with a whole new behind-the-scenes angle on the cutting edge of technology.
I found these all over where the transporter thing goes. The thing.
We'll even go way out with sci-fi news of the future. 150 years from now with the FTL news feed, faster than light, brought to you before it happens.
Chip implants mandatory was an invasion of privacy by the central bank.
Speaking of way out, wait till you see Mysteries from Beyond the Other Dominion, hosted by Dr. Rule.
And today we're going to tell you why UFOs don't land in big cities. Live long and prosper.
And we're designing ways for you to contact other fans with the Sci-Fi Fan Alliance.
I'd be obsessed with sci-fi on TV, really. I wouldn't move from my chair.
Keep watching for details on how to join and what the benefits will be.
Great Z movies will hopefully be shown on the Sci-Fi Channel.
The Sci-Fi Channel is your 24-hour-a-day time machine. Look into the past for your favorite shows, and look to the future for the best movies and series.
Coming up on their Century ships.
Oh, don't worry.
Angle the deflector shield flash.
I think they can handle it from here. A very wise man I once knew wrote that space is the final frontier. But it's the human imagination that is the ultimate frontier. It will always be there. It will always challenge. Come explore it with us on the Sci-Fi Channel. The future is now. As a pointed-eared alien once said, live long and prosper. What other life forms could take? Thank you. Ever notice how tomorrow is just out of reach? Over there. I gotta do it. No, is that fine? Please, one more. Over the years has been wondering and creating what life forms. Oh no, not again. Switching over the years has been wondering and creating what life forms other take might fight.
Welcome to Comlink, FTL Newsfeed. 24 September, 2142.
This is an FTL Newsfeed special report. Kai Densmore, curator of the Skywalker Floater Museum and Theme Park, announced today that the only known complete print of the 165-year-old science fiction masterpiece, Star Wars, has been located and fully restored. The film will soon be transferred to holodisc so that legions of Star Wars fans can enjoy this timeless classic in the comfort of their own heads. But now, by special arrangement with Comlink, a sneak preview of the fully restored Star Wars will be presented in its entirety on the Sci-Fi Channel immediately following this report. For more news, including the latest on the identity chip controversy, be sure to watch the next regularly scheduled FTL newsfeed right after Star Wars.